Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the next 28 trades that we've taken following the 25 winners in a row. This was the last winning streak here, Facebook SPY, on the 21st of March. So that was the last winner. And then we had an open trade, GWW. We took that one off for a winning trade as well. So we had Nike short shares. These are all short calls. Buying calls, shorting calls. We actually bought calls. You know, for everyone thinks the bookie never goes long. Here you go. Here's some more. We bought some puts, short calls, puts. So we had puts, calls, short calls, and we had a couple share positions too. And we have more positions open. A couple of them are closed, but as the days go by, hopefully we'll be closing more of those. But anyways, let's talk about these. So Nike short shares, 68.25, got out at 63.48. MSCI shorted shares, 157.40, got out at 145. Netflix, we shorted calls, 850 to 345. That was a good one. Amazon, 740, 267. Another good one. 630 on Adobe, 270. We got out. This was the only disaster right here. We lost over 100% on this one, but okay. This is where it's big, guys. We got to keep trading. So we did have 3 losers. Amazon wasn't too bad. 17.58. We got out at 15.35. It was a couple dollar loss on a call position. And then this one was a complete loser, but this was a total high risk play. I told my members, take a small position. Something. If you're willing to lose 5 grand, that's your position. If you're willing to lose 500, that's your position. If you're willing to lose $1 million, that's your position. And even with $1 million loss, you take 500,000, you add a little bit, stuff like that. We did add on this one twice, but I knew if I was going to do, say, a $5,000 position, I started with this one with 1,500. I'm at 4,500. We did sell half for a nice profit, but it came back at us. So if you would have done a $5,000 trade on this one with the amount that we took off in the beginning when we sold half, we made a nice little chunk there. You'd say you took 5,000, you lose about 3 grand on this trade. So whatever when I post stuff on Twitter, guys, I tell people whatever you're willing to lose, high risk trade. So if someone tells me they lost 10 grand in this trade and they have a $50,000 account, you shouldn't be in that trade with 10 grand. If you had all these winners, this is how I play this, guys. For example, if you had all these winners and they all averaged a couple $1,000s a piece, say $2,000 a piece, I'm going to risk 1,000 in this trade. Then if I lose on it, it's only a half of one of these losers or one of these winners. So instead of making 2,000 on the IWM call position, I made 1,000. And keep it simple, guys. You want to counter the winners with the losers and the losers with the winners with the same amount. You don't want to lose 20 grand in this trade, 20 grand in this trade, and these winners are only doing 2,000 a piece. Then you're going to have 50 winners to make up for these 2 huge losers. They all have to be consistently wrong or consistently right. That's how you make money in these markets. So if you did all these trades, 28 trades in a row, you had 3 losers, counter them with 3 winners, you have 19 winners, and say they were all for 2,000 a piece, you had a pretty good month there. Well, it's not a month, but whatever, 322 to 419 on here. So that's how we do it here, guys. Money management is critical. We shorted calls on Humana, 1220 to 680. This one, I think it was news or something, and it popped. We did it, and boom, got the heck out of it. We didn't. It wasn't 50%, but close enough, guys. Thank you very much, because this one was another one that was kind of chopping around. SPY calls, though. Look, we bought calls. Let me explain these positions. So on 4-2, we bought calls. I'm going to go into the SPY. This is the SPY on 4-2. So this thing was chopping. We had a nice little dip on this day. So I was like, whoa. I'm going to step up to the plate. If we do not go past 252.86 or this double bottom, I am holding these calls. Boom. We get the next day, and the next day, you know what we were doing, guys? We were dumping all the calls. We were in them. Take that. These were in a little bit earlier. We cut them for some okay gains. Tesla was okay, 50%. But this one, 176 on the SPY, 315. Qs, 218, 335, and these went up more. I think I took these the next day because I learned on this one. This one was back a couple weeks ago. I got to get the date in there, but we took it. We actually were up in the money by like 50%. We didn't cut it. So these, I got my 50% gone, 50% gone, 50% gone. I wasn't messing around on these because you know how these markets are. 1 day up, 1 day down, 2 days up, 3 days down, 1 day up, 1 day up, 2 days down. Just take your money and say thank you. So on 4-2, I'm buying all the calls, but check this out. SPY, Qs, and the IWM, we bought puts on the 5th, okay? IWM actually on the 17th. But I went 2 position. Oh, no, right here. I was going to say, I thought I did 3. So SPY, Qs, and the IWM, once we got out of the 4-2 calls that we bought here, we flipped them and did puts. And here's the reason why, guys. So we went up, sold those calls. On 4-5, we bought puts here, got the pullback, took them all off. Thing went up on its merry way. And I think we did something here too down the road. Those trades aren't showing. What's this? 417, 418. Did we do anything on those dates? Yeah, there you go. So as this thing was going up, we did puts. 417, 417. Hold on. Let me go back. I'm going a little bit fast here. Remember, 4-5, we bought puts. Boom, got down, we covered those. Goes back up. What did we do on 417, 418? What did we do on those days? 417, we shorted calls. Then we bought puts. And this is the one that got us, but this was back in April. This was back here, so actually it would, I got to see when that one. It was just when the market was going up and down. I gave it a shot. Again, we should have pulled it off because we actually had a profit. But greedy pig me, I held on and then we lost it 100%. Again, though, we had some real good winners to counter these losers, so it's not a huge deal. And this is the one I preached. Do not take a big position. It is a high risk play. But look at this, though, guys. We bought puts here on the 5th. And then we watched it go up and we did it again. We took them off again. That's what we do here at StockBookie, guys. So here, check it out again. We bought calls here, held this bottom. Then we have the trend line in here off this pivot. As long as it holds that, we're good. Goes up, sell our calls. We bought puts here, sold them here. We waited patiently to buy puts. We started buying puts on here. Why? We filled the gap. We got to this body candle here before we broke down. Hits it for 1 day, comes screaming down. And all these puts that we bought here on 417, God, these killed it. And we would, if we should have, we would have got a little bit more on these. But again, from this lesson, we get 180 to 290. We're done, out. 250 to almost $4. We're out. We get, was there one more here? Only, yeah, that one still pisses me off, guys, to be honest with you. But anyways, guys, you see what I'm trying to do here. Calls, puts, short calls, short shares. We'll go long positions. We actually went long on shares on a position as a spec play going into earnings. We do play a lot of that. We scalp intraday stuff. We've had couple weeks of some killer trades, guys. Intraday action as well. Everything posted on my Twitter site. But Tesla, this is another one. Check this out. So let's go into the chart. One more and I'll be done here. So it's just exciting, guys. So as this thing comes down here at 328, 329, this thing's making lows. 250. If you watch my videos, the head and shoulder pattern plays out, goes to the 250 area. As a technical trader, you have to take a trade down here, period. So what we did with Tesla, remember 328, we bought Tesla calls. At 406 was our average price. We averaged in a little bit here, knowing that it was a high-risk trade, a bunch of news. Everybody hated Tesla, but that support area was great. And we could have got over 100%, but again, we hit 50% and we cut it. Okay, so 328, we're buying calls for a nice profit. But check this out. This is just like these are like the SPY calls, and then we bought puts. But on Tesla, when this went into big resistance, we shorted calls. So check this out. So we bought calls on the 328 and then we shorted calls on 4.5. Okay, bought calls down here. We were a little bit of pain. That's why we add a little bit more. And when it dipped to this area, this was my area, 250 to 245. When it dipped there, we added more. Took off here. hindsight always sucks. We took them off, I believe, here, and then we watched them just blow up on us here. Could have had easily 100, 200% on them, but 50% is good enough. But when we got here to this breakdown area, we shorted calls on the 5th, this candle. Made over 50% on that play, and we were done. So realistically, this one, of course, hurts. Always after the fact, it's easy to see, because Tesla could have easily went down, and we could have got killed on this. But from 406 to 610, good enough. Then we shorted calls. We took 12.13 to 5.59, guys. 50% on here, 50% on there. That covers everything, and that's 100% on those two trades. So that's it for today, guys. I want to show a couple more trades that we do with shares, with calls, shorting calls, playing the decay, do everything here, guys, and it's all based on technical analysis. So if you have any questions or comments, send me an email at stockbookie@gmail.com. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can with answer or response. You know, come check out the website, become a member. Don't forget to subscribe down here in the bottom right hand corner to my YouTube channel. All that good stuff, guys. We've been killing it in 2018. Here's another 28 trades, 3 losers. Take out the winners or the losers, you have 19 winners in a row. If you're averaging 1,000 per win, you're doing pretty good. Remember, if you're winning or trading and making 1,000 on each one, the biggest positions in here, and especially in calls, should be $1,000 position. So that's the most you can lose, guys. If you have all these winners in a row for $1,000, you lose a grand here, grand here, grand there. Then you counter them with the winners with $1,000. You still have 19 winners at $19,000 for this month. Okay, so bigger accounts, of course, you're going to make more money. Smaller accounts, it takes a little bit longer. You're going to have to pick and choose. But again, keep the positions small. Right now, earnings season's still going. Nvidia is one of the last big names. I mean, there's other ones, but Nvidia's the one a lot of people are following. But just keep trading, guys. Keep use the technicals, turn off CNBC, and just make good trades, guys. So again, don't forget to become a member at stockbookie.com. The videos are free. If you want to become a paid member, then you get this. You get all my Twitter trades and all that stuff. It's $30, guys. I keep it inexpensive, so I want to get a bunch of members on and teach people and get a good group of or a good team together, so we can all look for trades and all trade off of technicals, and then I don't have to work so hard, guys. So again, 28 trades, 3 losers, 25 winners. StockBookie.com. Come check me out. Watch my videos, and hopefully keep trading and making money, guys. All right, thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.